What is happening, good people of YouTube? Welcome to the channel. Today's video, we're in Farming Simulator 25 and we are starting a brand new series here. This is a Rags to Riches challenge and we are going to start this on Riverbend Springs. This one we're going to use the start from scratch preset, but we are only starting with $100,000. And our starting loan is $100,000. So we're starting with a $100,000 loan, and it's a rags to riches. So we're just going to get into the game and let's see how far we can take this. Economic difficulty, we are going to start it on easy. I mean, we do want this series to be entertaining. Making money here in Farming Simulator 25 still difficult. So if it becomes too easy, we can always switch it up to normal. But for right now, we're starting with easy. Starting farm, no. And the guided tour, no. All right, popping into the map. This is the starting farm when you play in new farmer mode here on Riverbend Springs. But we do not own any of this. As a matter of fact, we don't own anything. We only have $100,000. And that is from a $100,000 loan that we took out. So there are some rules to this challenge. It is a rags to riches. You know, like I said, we are starting with no land, no equipment, just $100,000. So we do have to get ourselves started. And that's what the original loan is for. All right, let's take a look at the settings that we're using. We've got a 2x time scale on. We are going to need as many hours in the day as possible in the early game just so that we can, complete some contracts and get some extra money built up. We might change that as the series goes on. Normally, I like to play on a 5x time scale, but for this series early on, we're going to start with a 2x time scale. Economic difficulty, like we said, we're going to leave that on easy for right now. We just want the series to be entertaining and not 10 episodes at the beginning of a full grind where, we're not really doing much. So, like I said, we might change that as the series goes on if it does become too easy making money. But I honestly don't think that's going to happen. I've been playing this game since it came out and money is still pretty difficult to make here. We got traffic turned on because who doesn't love traffic in Farming Simulator? It's just wonderful. It's going to give us a lot of stuff to talk about during these episodes. Seasonal growth is going to be on. It's a little bit of an added challenge. We're going to go 2 days per month right now. We're probably not going to need both days in the month. So if we do end up sleeping, we'll probably, sleep for 2 days. But it's nice to have it. Fixed visual month is going to be off. We do like to see the change in the season. Snow is going to be on because we love snow. These crops and growth settings, basically they're just to make the game as easy or as difficult as you want it. And for me, in order for it to be fun and entertaining, to keep the series moving, we are going to turn crop destruction off, periodic plowing off, fieldstone off, lime off, weeds. We're probably going to keep weeds on. That's really the only thing that I'll keep on here. Disaster destruction is going to be enabled. We do want the tornadoes to come through and hopefully they won't rip up our fields, but maybe they will. I've ticked the dirt back to slow. I mean, maybe eventually we'll buy a pressure washer and wash our stuff, but we don't really care how dirty it gets. Automatic engine start is off. Stop and go braking is on. Trailer fill limit is off. Fuel usage we're going to keep as normal. Now, I was going to kick this up to high just so it's a little bit more realistic for us driving around with our tractors, but I'm going to keep it on normal for now. Like I said, if it does get too unrealistic or for some reason if somebody wants that changed, we can do that later. And then all of the AI worker little tabs here are going to be off. All right, so let's talk about some of the rules of this series. It is a Rags to Riches series. We are here in Riverbend. Rule number 1, we've got no starting land. As you can see here, we own nothing. So we've got no land. Eventually we do want to have land, but right now, no starting land. Rule number 2, no starting equipment. We only have a $100,000 loan, and with that, we're going to have to try and figure out how to make this work. Now, we do have a $100,000 loan, but rule number 3, no additional loans are going to be allowed in this series. And rule number 4, no leasing of equipment. So If we have some jobs that need to be done or something, we are not going to be leasing any equipment. Everything is going to be done through equipment that we have purchased. And the only equipment that we can use is equipment that we have purchased with our own money. Now, in this series, contracts will be allowed, but the caveat is we're going to have to use our own equipment. So we can only do contracts where we're using our own equipment. And that is going to be the challenge here at the beginning of the series, something that we're going to have to think about as we make our first couple purchases. And some additional rules: we are not going to be allowed to use any generators, so none of this, putting down the windmills and generating monthly income, not allowed in this series. And the last rule that we have, no collectibles will be used here in this series. Now, some of the goals that we're going to have for this series, we are going to need to pay off our $100,000 loan. We want to have $1 million in our bank account. And a fun twist for this Rags to Riches series, I actually used a randomizer, and I'll show you what I did. I went into the available production chains. I entered all of these production chains into a randomizer. I think it's called randomize.org or something. That was a website I Googled. You can list all of the production chains, and I used a randomizer to pick a production chain that we are going to want to have up and running as part of the main goals of this series. And I came up with the Tailor Shop. So as a end goal for this series, we're going to have to own a tailor shop. I mean, perhaps we want to be making very comfortable clothes here in town in Riverbend Springs. In order to have the tailor shop, we're going to have the spinnery. And in order to have the spinnery, we're going to have cotton, which means at some point we're going to have to get into cotton fields. Then we'll buy the spinnery, and then we'll be producing fabric, and then eventually we'll buy a tailor shop, and then we'll be producing clothes. And, if we can accomplish those things, tailor shop, $1 million in the bank, and paying off our loan, then this series is going to be pretty much completed. So some pretty good goals here for the series. It's going to be a lot of fun. You guys can play along at home. And we got to get started here by making some purchases. And we're looking at the used vehicle sale. Really isn't anything in here that we can use right now. It's kind of neat. There is a Mack truck we can afford, $45,000, but can't really do much with just a Mack truck. Now, this is kind of cool, little utility vehicle here for about 11 grand, but we're not really going to be using this. Forge wagon, and here's a trailer, but none of this is going to help us out here at the beginning. It's going to be pretty grindy here at the beginning, but we are going to need a tractor. Every farmer starting out needs a tractor. Now, there are some tractors here that are pretty inexpensive. We got the Landini, which is a great name, little tiny thin tractor used pretty much for grapes and stuff like that, but only 70 horsepower, and we're going to need something a little bit more powerful than this. We got this New Holland here, again only 75 horsepower. Couple other options here for $60,000. We got this tractor here, 76 horsepower. In order to get it up to 117, it's going to cost us $80,000. But I think there's a pretty good option down here in this John Deere. This is the one I think most people start with this tractor. I mean, bang for your buck. It's pretty good. 116 horsepower you start out with, and it's only $45,000. And we do want to add a front load to this, either a Quickie or a Hauer. I'm not really sure, the difference between these two. We'll just go with a Quickie because everybody loves a Quickie. I mean, I'm just saying. So this is going to run us $46,500. Let's go ahead and buy this. And there we go. Our first purchase, John Deere tractor. All right, we are going to need a front loader. We've got two Quickies here, one 7,500, one 8,500. And the biggest difference is the weight. Now this one here says it recommends 120 horsepower, which we don't have. So I think we're going to have to go with this one. $7,500. It's 80 horsepower. We'll go ahead and buy this. Now, of course, we do want to change the color to John Deere green. And we'll just make this green and yellow, kind of have some fun with it. $7,500. Let's go ahead and buy this. All right, now we need a pallet fork. And the pallet fork's $1,700, all but. That's the only option here, so let's go ahead and buy this. All right, now here is where we have to make our first decision. And this series is really going to be about making good and smart decisions. And that's part of the fun of the series too, is, making different decisions. We could start with a fertilizer spreader. We could do fertilizer contracts. We could start with a cultivator and do cultivating contracts. We could start with a weeder, do weeding contracts. We could start with a mower, doing mower contracts. We got $44,300 right now. So we do have some options. And let's check and see what kind of contracts are out here right now. Deadwood, we're not really going to be able to do that. Hoeing, I guess we could buy some equipment and do these. We do have a spraying contract available and a wood transport, which we're not going to be able to do. So we could buy a sprayer, but I think the best option for us is to buy a fertilizer spreader. I mean, we could start off with a baler as well and start doing some baling contracts. Oh gosh, unfortunately, we do have a Klaus Roland 520. This is also a mod. And if you're on Xbox or PlayStation, PC, whatever, this mod's available to everybody. So you can download this. It's $35,000. It is a round baler. I don't know, I've never used it before, but that's definitely an option so that we don't have to spend $60,000 on a baler. I think the good thing also with this baler is it only requires 90 horsepower. So this might be an option for us. Right now, $35,500. I don't think we're going to go that route right now, but I think we should buy this fertilizer spreader. This one here, $25,000. It's going to leave us with about $20,000 left, and it has a 3,200 liter capacity and a 42 meter width for spraying. So I don't know. This can do a lot of jobs pretty quickly. We are going to have to buy fertilizer for it, which to fill this thing up, probably going to be about $6,000 each time we have to do it. But a full fertilizer tank like this can do 3 or 4 jobs without having to be filled again. So I think bang for your buck, this is the best thing to do. So we are going to purchase this right now. And now we do need some fertilizer. So let's go ahead with the big bag. And it's going to take 3 of these to fill us up. So $5,760. Let's go ahead and do this. All right, here we are. We have got our tractor here. Let's go ahead and hop on in. We're going to put our front loader on, put our pallet fork on, and hopefully there'll be some fertilizer spreading contracts that come available. Otherwise, we are going to have to rethink what we're doing here. I'll tell you what, this John Deere tractor sounds so good. Tell you what, get yourself a nice pair of headphones when you're playing this game. Strap them on, and yeah, load this thing up on the Xbox or PlayStation or PC and start this tractor up, and it sounds really, really good. All right, we are filling up this fertilizer tank. And there we go. It's all filled up. 3,000 liters of fertilizer in it. Let's check the contracts. All right, nothing. We got no fertilizing contracts. Boy, that stinks. We are just going to have to wait. It's a waiting game right now. Now, we do have a weeding one. We could go buy a weeder. Kind of starting to think we made a mistake buying the fertilizer spreader. I thought there would be contracts out here. Here's a weeder. I mean, this thing's only $6,500. We could have multiple options. We could have a weeder, we could have a fertilizer spreader, maybe buy ourselves a mower, and we could have some options here. This weeder, it's a 6 meter width, only requires 60 horsepower. Geez, I don't know. I mean, I kind of feel like we could do it. We could do some weeding jobs. I mean, it's not going to be that bad, right? All right, the weeding job is on field 26. Let's go ahead and visit this. Let's see this field. I mean, this field's not that bad. I feel like we could do this pretty quickly. I'll tell you what the hell? Why not? Let's just go ahead and buy it. $6,500. We'll purchase it. I mean, look, we're going to need a weeder eventually in this series anyway, so might as well spend the money now. We got $7,000 left. Not a whole lot of money. I really didn't want to be spending all of our money right here, but you know, you gotta do what you gotta do. All right, there's our weeder. Let's go ahead and drop this fertilizer tank here, and we're gonna hook up to our weeder. Let's do our first contract job. I mean, it's pretty exciting. There it is. There's our weeder. That's pretty cool. Oh, and wouldn't you know it, as soon as we go back into this menu, there's a fertilizing job right here, field 49. Well, I tell you what, we've got 15 hours to complete this. We're going to accept this job for fertilizing, and then we're going to also go back to this weeding job, and we're going to accept this one too. So there we go. We got 2 jobs, fertilizing and weeding. Let's go ahead to field 26, wherever that is, and let's start our weeding contract. All right, field 26 up here. So basically, we got to come out of this parking lot, go across the water, and get on up to field 26. Now, some of the controls a little wonky here in Farming Simulator 25. I don't know if everybody's experiencing the same thing, but just like Farming Simulator 22, I mean, it's just not perfect, but it is a fantastic game. It does have bugs. All games have bugs like this, and you know, you got to work through them, and it is definitely worth working through the bugs to play this game. This game is absolutely awesome. Tell you what, field 26 is right up here. I wonder if we can just cut through this field. Look, this farmer's not looking. Nobody cares. Let's cut through here. We just got to go over these train tracks. And yeah, here we go. Oh boy. Okay, that's fine. We're fine. There we go. Cutting through a field of grass. Nobody cares. It's grass, you know. But yeah, some of the controls from you know, steering the tractors around. I've had to adjust the settings as far as the steering sensitivity. I can't really get it perfect yet, but we're working on it. So right now I have it set, I think it's 150% sensitivity. So that seems to be better than it has been. All right, we're unfolding the weeder. We're going to lower the weeder, and we're going to start weeding. All right, now the weird part about this that I'm not sure, I've never really used a weeder in Farming Simulator 25. Normally I have this feature turned off. I can't tell where I've already weeded, and that's probably going to be a problem. So as we start to make our second pass, we are probably going to have to think about this weeding option, and if we really can't tell where we've been weeding and it starts to get frustrating, then I'm going to turn the feature off. I'm not down with being frustrated while trying to make this series here. I definitely want to make it enjoyable. But who knows? Much like fertilizing, you know, you really can't tell where you've been fertilizing in some of the fields that you fertilize. You just kind of have to eyeball it. Here with this, I don't know, it seems a little bit more difficult. But yeah, our first contracting job, going to get a couple thousand for this, and that is pretty exciting. And not really sure how many time lapses I'm going to do. I don't know if anybody wants to sit there and watch someone weed a field, but I don't know. Pretty exciting so far. What do you think? And speaking of weeding the field, let's ask ourselves the question of the day. Are you subscribed to the channel? I mean, if the answer is no, stop what you're doing right now and subscribe to the channel. I mean, what the hell are you waiting for? And hit the bell notification so that you're notified of all the content coming out. And hit that like button. I mean, look, even if you don't like the video, you gotta hit it. It's part of the YouTube rules. And most importantly, leave your comments down below. Let me know what you're thinking. Let me know how the game's going for you. Let me know what kind of stuff you are looking forward to in a series like this, little rags to riches. And let me know who your favorite farming simulator creators are on YouTube, because I have been watching a lot, and there are some really good content creators out there, and a lot of them small channels just like mine, but doing some really excellent content. So definitely let me know in the comments who are some of your favorite YouTube farming simulator creators, and that way I can check them out too. Let's spread the love in the farming simulator community. All right, yeah, I don't know where I've been here, so this is it's going to get pretty hairy. Now we are just running up the line here. I don't see the percentage going up, the weeding. Maybe we just have to find areas with weeds, but I don't see any weeds, honestly. So I don't know. We're just going to keep going around here. I might be able to turn the AI mode on so I can see the lines. Let's try that. All right, we got steering assist working with. I don't really know. I've never really done any of this. Number of headlands, I don't know, 1, 2. Work directions automatic. Side offset. Show lines on. Okay. Oh, whoa. Look at this. I have not used this so far to date, but I'm going to use it right now. So here we go. I guess we just stay inside these lines, right? Okay. We'll follow the blue line. And yeah, okay. This is what we're doing. I don't know how this is going to look for a time lapse when you keep these lines on. It might be pretty annoying. Maybe we won't use it for time lapse. But maybe we won't do any more weeding contracts. I mean, honestly, if it boils down to that, then we just won't do any more of these. I feel like fertilizing contracts are way easier than this. So, anyway, I guess in this series, each video, we'll try and make it, I don't know, 45 minutes. I don't really like to go too much longer than that. Let me know in the comments what kind of videos you guys prefer. Obviously, you've watched it this far, so whatever you're into, just let it be known. All right, so we're done this little second headland thing here. So let's go ahead and let's start going inside here, these lines. Boy, I mean, even with the lines on the ground, I really suck at this. That's one thing that we're going to have to deal with in this series, is my horrible driving. But I tell you what, using these lines, well, it's kind of like cheating. I mean, farmers don't have lines on the ground. I'm sure they're way better at this than I am. All right, 50% completed in this job. And yeah, boy, this is something, this weeding thing. I'm not sure what I think about it. I think maybe we'll keep it on because I do want to do it for our fields, at least attempt to do it for our fields. I just don't know that I'm going to do any more contracts with it. So yeah, format of these videos, we'll do some time lapses. Might cut some of the video every now and then. I'm sure as you're watching this video, you've experienced some of the little cuts already, and hopefully that is to your liking. And if not, well, you can file a complaint with YouTube. Just go on YouTube and file a complaint about the Game Scribble channel and the Farming Simulator series. Just say, hey, this guy's Rags to Riches series is a bunch of crap. He's doing cuts and we don't like it. But yeah, check out the other series on the channel too. I mean, it's a little bit less realistic, I guess you could say. It's a start from scratch series. but we started with $1.5 million. Remember in Farming Simulator 22, you could have a sort of a start from scratch, or I think it was new farmer mode, and you started with 1.5 million bucks, but no land, no equipment, stuff like that. So got a series going on the channel that's just like that, and it's a pretty fun series. A little bit more animated. This series a little bit more chill, just playing the game like it's meant to be played, early grind, and really the way I love to play the game. You just kind of start with minimal stuff, no land, just a tractor and a loan, and you are just trying to build yourself an empire from the ground up. So if you like a little bit more fun, light-hearted series with a little bit more money and thrills and frills or whatever, check out that Starting from Scratch series on the channel. A lot of fun. I mean, the game's a lot of fun, and hopefully you guys are experiencing that as well. If you haven't picked up this game, go pick it up. Definitely worth the 60 bucks or whatever it costs. All right, 70% done here. We are going to rip through the rest of this field, and then we're going to get on to the fertilizing contract. All right, looks like we're coming to the end of the weeding contract here. 99% done, and there we go. We are all done. Let's go ahead and fold up this weeder. Let's lift up this weeder, and let's get on back to the shop. We're going to grab our fertilizer spreader, and we are going to go to our fertilizing contract. And we're probably just going to dump the weeder at the shop, and I don't know that we're going to use it again. And who knows, we might end up selling this back. Hey, look, let's cut across this field. We might end up selling this thing back. We're probably going to lose money on it, but maybe we could get a cultivator instead and start doing some cultivating jobs instead of these weeding jobs. Here we go, up and over the railroad tracks. That's fine. Nobody's looking. Gonna run across this field. I'm not sure what crop this is, but it's hardy. We're not going to hurt it. Here we go. Back on the main road, back to the shop. Let's pick up that fertilizer spreader. Get on with our day. It's already 9:18 in the morning. All right, here we go. Coming back to the shop. Let's go ahead and put this weeder in a parking spot. Oh boy. There we go. Picking up the fertilizer spreader. All right, now this field is all the way over here. Gosh, we might, you know what? We might have to take the ferry. Let's go do that. That'll be kind of fun. Let's go hop on the ferry. I mean, why not? Episode 1, jam-packed, full of excitement. We're getting on the ferry. Now, let's see if I can remember how to get over here. I think we're going this way. Oh, gee, you know, look out, dude. I mean, come on. That is ridiculous. You know, said it at the beginning. We turn traffic on. It's going to give us stuff to talk about, and that's it right there. Perfect example of why traffic is turned on, because it is awesome. I mean, love people cutting in front of a big tractor, and I hope we're going the right way. This does not seem like it's leading us to the ferry. Yep, we are going completely the wrong way. And I tell you what, the sense of direction is awful. And we're going to turn around. Oh, look, this guy wants to get by us. All right, look. Here, go ahead. Get by us. Oh, gee, sorry. Now that was my fault. All right, I'm pretty sure this is the right way to go for the ferry. So let's head on down here. We're passing the cafe. And yep, this is the right way. Now, one of the early goals of this series is to buy our first plot of land. And across the river here, there is the cheapest plot of land that this map has to offer. And it's, I think it's like $26,000. All right, let's call for the ferry. Pretty exciting stuff here. All right, while the ferry's coming to us, let's take a look at the cheapest. Here it is, right here. Field number 34, $25,224. And that's a great field to start in. So once we save up enough money, we're going to buy that. And yeah, it's full of grass. I think these fields up here, 34, 35, and 44 are all grass fields. So early game, we're going to need that grass and silage. So it'll actually be pretty perfect for us. All right, here we go. Let's get on this ferry and take us across the river. All right, ferry making a little toot, and away we go. Yeah, this is pretty cool. Let's take a look at our map. Now we're going to have to go up to the right here, and there's the field number 49. Alright, we're going to go on this way. We're just going to take the main road instead of taking those roads that wind up through the hills and the woods. Alright, here is our field right here. Oh boy, I tell you what, this tractor is a little tail heavy. We do not have enough weight on the front of this thing. Hopefully we can get through fertilizing this field. All right, here we go. Turning on the fertilizer. Let's back this camera up. And let's take care of fertilizing this field. Well, I'll tell you what, this might be the easiest job that we have in this series. We are already 85% done. And this did not take us long at all. And there it is. Job is completed. Wow, that was so fast. Boy, if every fertilizing job is like that, that's going to be awesome. And unfortunately, you know as well as I do, not every job is going to be this easy. All right, both of these jobs are completed. Let's go ahead and collect on the cash. Brings us up to $11,167. And let's look for some new contracts. We got a baling one for $14,000. Man, boy, I wish we had a baler. Here's another fertilizing one, $3,670. Let's go ahead and accept that one. We've got another weeding one here, but I tell you what, we're not doing it. Not a big fan of the weeding contract. So let's go do that other fertilizer one. Hopefully something else will pop up while we're doing that. All right, we got to come all the way up and across the map. But have no fear, we can do it. All right, oh my gosh, this tractor is so back heavy. And we probably should have gotten something like a front weight. I don't know if it's too late to go back and get one of those right now. Look out. Oh my God. I tell you what. It's this traffic. People in Riverbend Springs are crazy. Oh geez, there we go. It's our first road sign knocked over of the series. And that is another thing that we are going to have to deal with in this series. With my driving skills, we're going to knock over a lot of road signs. And if we can make it through one episode with no road signs destroyed, I mean, that we might just have to end the series. I mean, I don't think it's going to happen. I mean, it would be a miracle. Tell you, I don't know that I've been up in this section of the map. I mean, I'm sure I have, but I just have never taken the time to look around. This is a really pretty section of this map. Some really nice fields up here. All right, and here is our field. Let's go ahead and spray it. All right, there it is. Another contract finished here. And let's get on out of this field. All right, some more money in the bank. We're up to $14,838. And these fertilizer contracts are very quick. This spreader is awesome. And we still have about 65% left of fertilizer in there. Let's go ahead and check some more. Two more contracts. Oh, look at this one. $9,500. This one's a tiny field, and we are going to accept both of these things, especially that one that's $9,000. That is awesome. All right, well, the small field is right here, and then we have to travel all the way to the opposite side of the map, and that is going to be fine. We can certainly do that. Well, let's go. I mean, the small field's probably going to be something we can complete with one pass, and then we'll head on down to the big field, and we will complete that one. Hopefully we won't need more fertilizer. Hopefully we'll have enough in here. I mean, we could stop off at the shop on the way to that field, fill up the fertilizer. I mean, it can hold one more bag. It'll be about $2,000, but might be worth it because this job that we're going to do is going to pay us $9,000, and that is going to be great. All right, here it is. Looks like it is a field of sunflowers. Let's go ahead and kind of start somewhere in the middle here. Back her on up. Can't really see because his tree is in the way. Wow, great job. Okay, well, look. We're going to turn the fertilizer sprayer on, and we're just going to start going this way. We're right across the middle of the field. And I don't know, we are reaching the edge, I think. I don't know, this is only going to take 2 passes here. All right, here we go. And pass number 2 will come around this way. I guess I could change the width of the fertilizer spray to minimize the amount of fertilizer we're using. But honestly, I don't know that we're wasting that much. And there we go. Job is completed. Let's go ahead and zoom this back in. Let's figure out how to get down to the bottom part of the map. All right, we definitely want to stop back at the shop, fill up the back. Maybe we'll buy a weight for the front. I think we can have a front loader attacher and a weight on here. We definitely need something to help us out. So we'll stop back at the shop. We'll fill up the fertilizer tank, and we'll try and buy a front weight, and then we'll head on to our biggest job yet, episode 1, and we are rocking and rolling here. All right, here we go. We've purchased a front weight. Let's go ahead and put this on the tractor. There we go. And we've purchased some more fertilizer. Well, let's go ahead and fill this thing up. And there we go, totally full. fertilizer tank. We got a front weight on the front. It's going to help us out. It costs us about $1,500 for the front weight, about $2,000 for the fertilizer. So we're back down to $11,000, but that is okay because we are on our way to go make $9,000. Well, here we are, bottom of the map, on our way to our big fertilizing job. And I'll tell you what, it's going to give us about $9,000 after this job. We're going to be looking at around $20,000 in the bank, and this is a great start to this series. And hopefully you guys are excited for it, because I am very excited for it. It's going to be a lot of fun here. Rags to Riches, Riverbend Springs map. And we are just getting started here. Looking forward to buying some more attachments to this tractor so that we can really get into some more contracts, cultivating, mowing, baling, and we're really going to start building up our bank account so that we can buy our first field. And that is short-term goal number one, is to buy our first field. All right, coming up here on our job, and this is a humongous field, but that's fine. So we are going to fertilize this, and let's see how it goes. All right, there it is. Contract is finished. And we do have another fertilizing contract available, and we are going to hook up with this in the next episode. Let's go ahead and collect our money on these. Take a look, our bank account, $21,902. And we are just getting rocking and rolling here in this series, Rags to Riches. And let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Don't forget, subscribe to the channel. Hit that bell notification. Hit the like button. You know, do all the things you got to do. You know what you got to do. Just go ahead and do it. What the hell are you waiting for? And come on back for episode number 2. The series just getting started. It's going to be a lot of fun. And hopefully you guys are along the journey with me. And I want to thank you guys for sticking with me, watching the video, the support on the channel. It's much appreciated. Most importantly, thank you for letting me be a part of your day. It means a lot. And we are going to see you right back here in the next video.